Also, Lynn wanted me to make an announcement. We have an IRC channel now.
Yes, this is my fault.
Oh, really?
No, well, it's Lynn's fault and my fault, and Aaron of Wales' fault, who is not here but in absentia.
Okay, so are we back channeling all of the lightning talks to her? Like, that's awesome. So it's on Freenode, and it's Women Who Code, right? Hashtag
WW Code, the same thing that we use on Twitter.
Okay, so next thing. All right. Katherine is an accessibility specialist and community manager. She's the leader of Women Who Code's front-end development group, which meets on Mondays. So check it out.
Here you go. Hello, everybody, and Women Who Code's front-end development group is on hiatus till after Labor Day, so don't show up next Monday. No, it's okay. I just wanted to point it out. So, okay, demystifying screenreaders. So, I've heard some folks talking about using Chromebox and what's wrong?
Hold it a little bit farther.
Hold it a little farther. Is that better? Okay, great.
Thanks.
I'm so loud. It's just, it's a bad habit. Or a good one. Yes, I like to joke I started Women Who Code front end, not because I knew anything, but because I was really loud. Anyway. Okay, so why learn to use a screen reader? You can get a high-level understanding of accessibility problems so that you can code better, and you can learn about exciting possible coding problems related to audio output, and I'll have a little more to say about that at the end of the talk. So getting a high-level accessibility understanding of the barriers that screen readers users face on the web is important. What it won't make you. It won't make you totally able to understand how screen reader users surf the web. It also won't make you an accessibility professional. That's like saying that an afternoon in a browser makes you a usability specialist. What to do? On Mac, the screen reader is called VoiceOver. Press Command plus F5. WebAIM.org/article/voiceover has a lot of really good tips on it. On PC, you want to download NVDA, which is a free and open source screen reader. I'll give you a caveat about NVDA later, but it's okay for practicing the first time. Spend an afternoon trying out websites. So here's some things I'm going to get to about basic usability. First of all, anybody who uses a screen reader all the time speeds up their screen reader, so talk way faster than a human can. This makes a lot of sense because the screen reader is a very rote mechanical voice, so once you get used to hearing it, speeding it up doesn't make any difference in how you can understand it because it's the same all the time. You can also customize your voices besides just customizing speed and pitch and other things. Blind users use keyboards to navigate. This probably should be obvious that people can't see where a mouse cursor is. So to use keyboards to navigate and focus is tremendously important. So you'll learn as you go around the web that some things that you need to reach you can't reach by keyboards, or sometimes the order that the screen reader or the keyboard tries to get at it is different than the visual order. And this can be super frustrating, depending. Lots of blind users use iPhones. This probably sounds like a surprise. The reason why is the iPhone has this great integrated screen reader. And so people actually have learned to memorize where the keyboard is. User abilities vary a lot. So do user needs. There's people who are just learning how to use a screen reader because they're older and they're going blind. There are people who are dyslexic who use screen readers. Not all screen reader users are blind. There are people like my friends who can tweet just as fast as any sighted user in the back of the conference. No, I don't know how they do it. I don't know how you listen to a conference talk and listen to Twitter at the same time. So to figure out, to get a handle on some of these issues, it's better to watch videos on YouTube of people actually using screen readers. Skip over anything that looks like I'm teaching you how to use a screen reader, because those actually aren't very smart. Like, actually watch blind users, or actually go and meet some people who use screen readers. There's lots of folks in the accessibility community. Thank you. So, real quick, let's talk about navigation. So blind users are as ADD about the web as the rest of us. They skip around, they look for what they need. So they use skip nav links to skip the navigation so that the whole menu doesn't read out. They try to navigate by headers, which means that they can, in most screen readers, you can pull up a list of the headers on the page. You try to skip from link to link to find out what you need. If you can't find what you need pretty quickly, you give up just like a sighted user. There's more stuff about blind user preferences on WebAIM.org. Okay, technical aspects of Screenreaders. Screenreaders read the document object model, they strip out the visual tags. Each Screenreader usually works with a particular browser or set of browsers. Screenreaders are, basically, by the way, Screenreaders interact with browsers. There's something called an accessibility API, and I can talk to you more about that for software accessibility. This was sort of written from the perspective of a web developer. So, real quick, Screenreaders are like browsers. Standard support varies a lot. JAWS is kind of your IE of Screenreaders, lots of users, for support for standards. NVDA is like the Opera of Screenreaders. Few users, most of the users are web nerds. Good standard support, open source. Some awesome problems that you can look at now that you've looked at the problem of computer voice output. CSS speech. This is something called oral CSS. This is a standard that has never been implemented by any program. I started writing tests for it. It would be awesome if somebody would take that up and actually use a test. WAIARIA, which is a whole other talk, but allows you to control automated things in really interesting ways, and allows you to provide all this information about rich internet applications for Screenreader users, and also possibly for automated things like Google and automated testing. Making new elements accessible, and how Screenreader UX relates to voice input and output technology like cars and phones. Thank you so much, everyone.